Well, good morning, everybody. This is DearMamaSal, and it's 12 degrees. Wow. Already here in southern British Columbia, which would make it about 54, apparently, in American. And the sun is shining, which is a wonderful thing. Let's hope that it continues to shine for the rest of the day for the birthday party. And if it doesn't, that's also just fine. So I'm all packed up. Let me just double check. I've got my passport and I've got American money with me. Those are the two most important things. I've got the presents for the children. It's the third most important thing. What else do I need? This is always a good thing to check before you cross the border. I've had it happen, believe me. I'm probably not the only one. I am wearing the official colors of blue and yellow. So I did try and make that one work. What else? I'm actually very excited. I think it's going to be fun. I probably will go insane, but I really do think I'm going to have fun. Now, there are going to be a lot of close family and friends there, and I'm very, very honored, of course, to be part of that. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going down to Benji and Judy's. It's the twins' second birthday, and I unfortunately missed the first one because I was ill. So I know that the first one is very important in the culture, but to me the second one is more fun because they really know what's going on, which is not so much when they're one, but at two they definitely get it. And so do I. And there will be cake and lots of good num-nums and all sorts of fun things. So, and they got a Mexican food cart coming. Go figure. What a great idea. Let's hope that they can make something for me without garlic. And if they can't, I will pop in my car and go and find something, or I'll raid the fridge. I do it all the time. Don't you love it when you visit people's homes and you know your family? You know what I mean? So I know it's so cute whenever I go down to Benji and Judy's. I know I can just go to the fridge, and I also know, with tears in my eyes, I also always know that there will be French bread somewhere, if I just have to look at it, not necessarily in the fridge, mind you. And there'll probably be some brie, because I love brie, cheese. But there'll be a selection of cheeses for me, because they know my main snack food, if I need it, when I'm down there, will be a piece of bread and cheese. And it's always there, like miracle. And I've got a feeling it's not normally there when I'm not there. You know what I mean? And I always think that's, well, it's the level of love that they have, I guess. I've got to be very grateful for them. All right, on the way down, we're going to be doing a subject on love, and I probably will split it up into a couple of pieces because there are a couple of issues that need to be addressed. The first one came from a viewer, and I can't remember who it was, so forgive me. And the viewer asked me some time ago, and again I apologize for the delay in getting this to you, but we've had a few things happen in between. Not a good excuse. I didn't do it. I'm sorry. So she asked me a question about unrequited love. Now, for those of you who don't know, unrequited love is love when you love somebody from afar and have little to no hope of them ever returning that love, and sometimes they don't even know you exist. So, have I ever done it? Yes. Was it a total waste of time? Yes. Would I recommend it? No. So here's what I do have to say though. Reps. Big lineup. Well, medium big lineup. Alright, what do you expect, Sal? Going across the border. So, my first thing I really wanted to say about this is if you're going to sort of have an infatuation with somebody, if you're going to have an infatuation with somebody, oh, it's not so bad. Yeah, you can do that. But what I'd like to suggest is don't do it for long. About the right length of time would be between here, right this moment now, and then it's over. Because that way you can get on with your life. If you are invested in this person, then it's a whole nother ball game, isn't it? You will go out of your way to be where they are in the hope that you will get near them or see them or whatever. And then your heart goes into palpitation. Oh gosh, I remember this stuff. All right. So here's what I've got to say at some level. First of all, my heart bleeds for anybody who's doing this, because I have been there and I do know how painful it is. The second part of that story would be, I don't know anybody of my age that does that. I'm just going to take a picture of the sky. It's so pretty. I don't know anybody who does that, quite honestly. So, what I'm trying to get at here, is that I think it's a young person thing rather than a mature thing. So if you, now, I mean, I can look at certain movie stars. Oh, there are people in the car behind me who are actually eating. What a good idea that would have been. Now that I think about it, I haven't eaten anything today. Right. Anyway, so I can look at certain movie stars and wouldn't mind having their shoes under my bed tomorrow morning. But the thing is that that's all that it is. It's a big joke to me. I mean, Richard Gere, if you'd like to pop over, I probably wouldn't know what to do with you anymore, but it's okay. So, I think what I want to address is the fact, let's say that you're in that and you get sucked into it. Why would you, the question would be, why would you want to waste your time with that? Do you know how many, I mean, this is my concern, and from my experience as well, how many great people are you missing because of your attachment to this person who is never ever going to give you the time of day? That is really, I often wonder, how many great people did I miss out on when I was busy chasing the wrong guys? And I was, believe me. You're talking to an expert at that one. But how many great people who perhaps didn't look the part did I miss out on? So, how do you detach? That would be the next question, right? How do you detach from something like that? Okay, about the best way I can suggest is to give yourself a role model. Somebody that you really respect, somebody who you think has a couple of brain cells sitting in the right direction. And then ask yourself, you know, what would so-and-so do about this? And if it's somebody you know, maybe even contact them. Now, obviously, somebody thinks that I might be the right person because they contacted me. So, yay. First of all, well done. That tells me that you probably want to stop it, or you want somebody you know to stop it. Two different issues. Number one, you're obviously only responsible for your behavior, but if somebody you know is in a situation like this, I mean, you've got to love them, really. And, you know, perhaps make a joking comment about, you know, this is not going to go anywhere, right? But if you want to waste your time, that's okay. I love you anyway. Because really, again and again, I got to say, this is a waste of time. Sadly. Now, they're going to be 1 in 10,000 or 10 million or whatever the odds are. I think we've got bomb checking people. Very exciting. Because they probably wonder what I'm doing talking to myself. I think I'm going to turn my camera off right now. Bye for now. They were so cute. So I go through to the border guard, who actually was a woman. And I had already rolled down my back window where I've got, you know, 4 bags with minions all over them. So she said, where are you going? And I told her, and then she said, I presume for a birthday party. And I said, oh yeah. 2-year-old twins. And then she asked me what presents I brought them, and I told. And then I also explained I had a present for Judy's mother. Because it's her birthday this week as well. And then I said, and a present for the 3-year-old, who we all know is Juliana. Then she asked me what I bought her, and I tried to explain it. I said, it's a kiddie thing. You know, what do I know? I said, I think it's pink, and it's a puzzle, and it's a Miss Kitty thing. You know, and I'm trying to describe this thing that I bought. It is so obvious I know nothing. Never mind. But you know, I try. I really do. And thank goodness that Benji and Judy got a sense of humor, because think there are times when they they just rock with laughter at me. You know, I mean so well. I really do. Anyway, so back to unrequited love. No, I'm sorry. I'm still laughing about the presents. So I think the thing I'd like you to look at, and for all of us who are caught in it, if you still are, then I would ask yourself to look at how many young people do you know that are absolutely besotted with a boy band or you know, whoever the going person is. In my day it was the Beatles. And you know, I don't think you were healthy if you didn't have an absolute crush on one of the Beatles, and for me it was Paul. And you know, I think at that age that is perfectly normal behavior, right? It's part of being a teenager is that you're gonna absolutely, I mean, he had to so much as smile, and I knew he was smiling at me. I really did. The rest of the world thought he was smiling at them, but he was smiling at me, and I knew it. He hadn't met me yet, but you know, if he did, he would understand. Now, I personally couldn't understand people that went for John or Ringo. Definitely not Ringo. And you know, you sort of looked at George, and you could see some of the appeal there, or I could, but no, it was Paul. So, you know, I can totally relate to the fact that it's possible, but I think it has to do with maturity. I don't think you'll catch anybody of my age wasting their very precious time lusting after something they cannot have. When I say lusting after something they cannot have, you know, I have to look at my life and go, if I'm lucky, if I'm really lucky, I probably have 15, 20 years left in my life. And how much of that will be in good health, I don't know. So you understand that I'm not going to be wasting my time with unrequited love. Nor am I going to be wasting my time with anything or anybody that requires that I give more than 50% effort. And that's a good benchmark, people, in any relationship, be it your friends, be it, you know, your partner or whatever. Sure, you can give slightly more than 50% just to show how much you love them. But if you are constantly giving more than 50% and you're not getting that back to you on occasion, then you are not in a relationship, you are in fantasy land, if you think that is love. And that actually is the topic for the second discussion. So let's clean up on the unrequited love. So I would say whoever this person is, if you are over the age of 20, you might want to have a good look at what you're doing. If you're over the age of 30, I would say, really? And if you're over the age of 40 and you are lusting after somebody you can't have, grow up. Or enjoy it, but enjoy it in the way that I enjoyed looking at Richard Gere. And by the way, it used to be George Clooney until I watched an interview in his house one day and I saw just how OCD he was, and I thought, oh my golly gee. I mean, I saw him literally taking specs off the countertop in his kitchen. That quite honestly, nobody would have noticed, but he did it subconsciously, and I'm going, oh my gosh. Don't think that would work for me at all. So George, I'm happy you got married, honey. I hope you're very happy. I'm back to Richard Gere now. Anyway, however, if you are whatever age and you are in emotional pain on this unrequited love, then keep writing. Whoever you are, and I'm sorry I can't remember who it was, please keep writing to me, and let's see if we can help you take the steps through this to a more rational way of thinking. Or maybe you can actually intellectualize it, and rationally you understand it's a waste of time, but oh my gosh, your heart does not understand that at all. Yep, I've been there too. So maybe then you need to just smile a bit and go, as I mature, it will be easier. The question is, how long will it take you to grow up? It took me a long time. And quite honestly, I don't mind telling you, if the right person walked in front of me, I'd probably be absolutely gonzo again. So I wish you lots of luck.